is an incredibly busy time for the Fat Controller's railway. Many people travel on Thomas's branch line to visit the castle near Ulfstead. There were so many visitors. Thomas and Daisy had to run extra trains in the evenings.
I saw a whole throng of them walking near the tramway.
Toby told the others.
I don't think the buses can handle them all.
Thomas agreed, just as Bertie goes out of service, too. What does it matter where they go? Once they're off, they're not our concern. And we're not their concern either. Passengers don't care about us. Thomas glared at her.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course they do.
Clearly, you've never been left full of rubbish and forgotten property. Thomas knew it was pointless arguing and fell asleep. Next morning, Thomas's fire was lit as he was prepared for the long day ahead. The firelighter then ran along to the driver's house to make sure he was awake. Glancing through an upstairs window, he saw a light was already on and assumed the driver was awake. But the driver lay asleep, having forgotten to turn the lamp off the night before. Thomas waited for some time. His fireman kept his fire going, and when the driver ran down to the sheds, they were late and running low on coal. They backed Thomas to get some more, but to their horror, the staith was empty. The driver ran over to the station to find out what to do and came back looking glum.
A fire at the big station has delayed our coal delivery. They don't know when it will get here.
What about my commuter run?
Daisy's already left, so we'll just have to get as far as possible with what we have left. Hurry now, time is not on our side.
Thomas quickly rushed over to the platform to find the passengers already waiting. His driver made an announcement to them all.
Thomas is low on coal, so we might not get far, but we'll take you as far as we can.
One of the passengers then spoke up. Would you like some of ours? Everyone on the platform looked at him, then each other. I don't think we'll need any for a while, certainly not in this heat. They all agreed. The sun was already beating down on them. Neither Thomas, his driver, or fireman knew what to say, but they didn't need to say anything. Several of the people who lived in the village quickly ran to the cottages and returned with buckets of coal from their own stores. A small chain was formed from the station building to Thomas's bunker. There was soon enough for them to make it to the junction, and they quickly left only 10 minutes late.
Slow down, boy.
Thomas's driver called.
The passengers know we'll be late, but they won't be pleased if you burn through all of their coal before we get there.
Thomas relented, but still wanted to make up time. At the junction, they met up with Percy, who, to everyone's delight, had coal for the sheds in tow. You're late. Thomas frowned. So are you. I'm surprised there was enough left. There wasn't. Percy was puzzled.
Then how did you get down here? Indeed, Percy, I would like to know that myself,
said a voice. Thomas jumped in surprise. There on the platform stood the Fat Controller. Thomas explained about the locals' generosity. You're not cross, are you, sir? I know we'll have to repay them. The Fat Controller smiled.
Of course I'm not cross. You leave it with me. I'll make it all right with them.
And he did, too. But what about Daisy? You'll just have to find out in the next story. His driver made